Amir, how are you?
Doing well, man. I'm doing good. Obviously, we are going through the COVID-19 now and all lockdown. So spending time, with my family. I think it's probably one of the only times that we've spent time together for such a long time because normally I'm always traveling or I'm always in training camp. But this time I've got to spend good quality time with my family and, stay at home and not being able to like go anywhere. So it's been quite nice at the same time.
Excellent. I mean, it's been what, nearly a year since you last fought. You must be itching to get back, I guess.
Can't wait to get back in. Honestly, I have started my training camp again, in my own gym. So I'm quite lucky that I've got my own gym that I can open up anytime I want. Obviously, I've been taking maybe one or two people with me there, but and then once I'm finished from there, then I get it all sanitized and cleaned. At the same time, I've got the Gallagher boys training over there as well. So to be honest with you, like, yeah, man, I mean, I'm itching to go, because I mean, what a time is falling on because I wanted to get my last few fights out of the way, so then I can call it a day, walk away from the sport because I am getting a little bit older now. I'm 33 now, and I thought this year at least I have two fights, where the whole year's almost gone now and I've had no fights.
Yeah, it's amazing to think you're only 33, really. I mean, it feels like you've been around forever.
I know, you know what? It's crazy because when people ask me and when I see other fighters' careers, I mean, my career's been all over the place and I've traveled all around the world, but I've started at such a young age. See, I had that pressure on me when I turned professional. At the age of 19, I was. And I had that pressure on me since the Olympics at 17. So people become a household name early, man. And yeah, a little bit of pressure was on me, but I've enjoyed it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. When you said you were looking at three or four fights or whatever it was to retire. Are they big fights? Are they you want to go out with a bang?
Definitely like to mix myself with the top guys. I've been in the top 10 in the world now for the last 10 years. So it'll be nice to fight someone in the top 10. Maybe fight for a title once again. And you've got likes of Danny Garcia there. You got Keith Thurman there. You've got some good names out there who I still want to mix myself in with. And let's see how it all goes out, how it all plays once all this finishes.
Yeah, Garcia, he obviously beat you. What was that? 2012 was it? Something like that. A few years ago,
Yeah,
anyway.
2012. That's right. Yeah.
So it'd be nice to get one back. Settle an old score.
Yeah.
And there's obviously some other big names. Manny Pacquiao, I know that was mooted for a long time, didn't happen in the end. Do you still think there's a chance of that happening?
Who knows, really? I mean, I'm not going to be chasing it. And if it ever falls on my lap, then I'll take it. What a fight that'll be because, we've got a lot of. I mean, there's so much we could talk about in that fight because we've trained together. We've sparred over 300-400 rounds of sparring with each other. We know each other quite well. Yeah, man. I mean, I'd love that fight. I think I know a lot about him. He knows a lot about me. Um, yeah, I think that'll be another good one. But look, if it happens, there's always been talk about it, to be honest with you, but it's never seemed to materialize.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're going to totally dismiss, but one of the tabloids was talking about you and Pacquiao sparring, claiming he put you on your backside and all that stuff. I presume.
Yeah, that was nonsense.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't know about 300 rounds of sparring. Never, I ever was put down by Manny Pacquiao. We caught each other with some big shots. We hurt each other in sparring. Well, at the same time, we learned so much from one another as well. Obviously, Manny didn't fight anyone or didn't spar anyone as quick as me, and who can move that well, and I've got the height as well. So I was a lot taller than him. But then at the same time, I never fought anyone as quick as Manny Pacquiao, who can move as quick as him and was a great southpaw. So I learned so much, and I made myself a better fighter fighting southpaws, sparring Manny Pacquiao. So look, I've got nothing but good things to say about Manny Pacquiao. I think he's a great champion, and I'm quite honoured to be in the ring with such a great champion. But when all these reports come out that he put me down, I think that never happened in any training session. And know that I was put asleep. So I just feel that people just like to have a dig, and it is what it is.
yeah, absolutely. Well, as you said, that's boxing, isn't it? Now I know you've had a fight since then, but do you still look back on that Terence Crawford fight and think maybe I could have done this differently?
Yeah, definitely. You always look back and think. See, I always first of all, I wasn't really 100% in that fight. I had a bit of an elbow problem and a hand problem, which I couldn't really straighten my right hand. But the money on the fight was so much that it was very hard to turn down, but you never know that a fight might never happen again. And when you're talking tens of millions in a fight, you think, I normally have to have 3-4 fights to make that kind of money. But when it's in one fight, you think, wow. And in training camp, that's when I hurt the elbow. I hyperextended it, tried to get treatment on it, tried to get cortisone in it, but I wasn't allowed that because of all the drug testing. But not only that, it would have, my range of movement was literally not there. So, but I still went in there. I was just, adrenaline takes over. Like, I'm going to just go in there and do what I do best. I mean, look, Crawford is one of the best I've faced out there. His boxing IQ is amazing. Look, however the fight ended, it ended that way. But to be honest with you, I've got nothing but respect for him. And it was just amazing to share the ring with such a great champion.
No, absolutely. I mean, I saw you in the dressing room afterwards on your own. It was a very sad and lonely place at that time.
Yeah. I mean, at times in life, you when you're winning, you can say to all the fighters out there, from the Andy Joshuas to the Furies, you always have a big group of people around you when you're winning. The day you lose and people think you're done, that's when they're looking for the next person to jump on the bandwagon with. I've had close friends who I thought were friends for life who have left, and it's crazy how this works. And it's sad because, you're giving your heart away. You're fighting in the ring where one punch can change your life. But you think these people are always going to be with you through thick and thin. But it's just sad to see that. And I never ever thought that would ever happen to me. I was always nice to people. I'm not the guy to say no to anyone. I'm always a yes guy. Yeah, whatever they want, I'd go out my way. I'll upset a lot of people just to look after my friends. Never want them to feel like I'm not there for them. But then when they kind of do you wrong, it does hurt you. But it is what it is, and you just have to grow up from it,
No, absolutely. Before we leave that division, you mentioned Pacquiao, Garcia. I mean, the elephant in the room, Kell Brook. I mean, do you think that's ever going to happen? He claims you don't want to fight him. I think because he says you don't want it. You will dent your pride when you lose.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, I've been all over the world and fought the best out there. The reason the Kell Brook fight has not happened is because of Kell Brook. Now, when me and Eddie Hearn, the reason I got with Eddie Hearn was to get that Kell Brook fight. After I came out the jungle with that TV show I did in 2016, 2017, we got talking about it. Tried to make the fight, and then negotiations started between us. We were talking numbers. We were talking pay-per-view splits. Everything started to go through Eddie Hearn. Next thing, he moves up to 154. I mean, it was quite ironic, really, that when a negotiation for a fight at 147 was to happen, my guy then moves up to 154, and it honestly left me puzzled. I was like, why does he just move up to 154? And then he makes a statement that he wants to campaign at 154. He's finding it hard, and that wasn't because we were taking long to negotiate. I mean, the negotiation started and we was deep in negotiation then. And then he moves up out of the blue, this happened. Obviously, Eddie Hearn being his promoter as well, he has to look after his fighters. He got him a fight at 154. I thought he might then consider coming back down. Then he makes a claim that he's not going to come down to 147. See, I made that mistake going up and down weights. I would never do that again. For me, 147 pounds is a weight, and I'm going to stick to that. So really, I did not move away from the fight because when the negotiation for the first time ever started, that was at 147. That's when Kell decided to go up to 154. So really, is it me that's hiding away from that fight? Then I had no choice to then go for the fight against Terence Crawford. And obviously then I had the big Saudi fight as well, opened the door to Saudi Arabia. I mean, so really, I've always said God helps those who have a clean heart and always think right. And I've always thought positive and always had my heart clean. And that's why all these avenues open up for me and all these doors open up for me and I get a good path. But look, if that fight was out there still, like I said, 147 is the weight division it has to be.
And then, of course, you've got Josh Taylor, he's talking about moving up from 140 to 147 as well. And he's decent.
Definitely. I think he'll have a future at 147 because he's got good boxing IQ as well. He's quick on his feet, quick on his hands, boxes well, fights well, got good power. I think sometimes a lot of fighters have that fear that they're going to move from 140 to 147, thinking they're going to lose power. or they're not going to be as strong. I think Josh should just go for it, because instead of thinking about it too much, I'm thinking, am I going to be strong enough? I'm going to be fighting heavier guys who are coming down from 160 or maybe 170. Nah, it's fine. I think he'll do amazing. I don't think he'll find any. I don't think he'll have any problems in that division. I think he'll do really well. I think he'll blend into it quite well.
Nice one. And when you've had those, 3-4 fights, whatever it is, before you retire, I mean, is there a temptation to, chase the money, say like Conor McGregor, one of those type of names, if that came up?
Yeah, I mean, the name's been mentioned all the time, and I'm not one to say no to it. I mean, it's such a big fight. It'd be massive if that fight ever happened. But look, I mean, like I said, it is more towards the end of my career now. I want to just have my last couple and then call it a day, really. And I've had a brilliant career. I've done better than I ever thought I'd do, and I thought I'd be as well. So, yeah, I mean, the way my career's gone, I'm happy with it, and to move on to something else, really. I do a lot of charity work, and I love helping people, so I'll just move into that field, because that will give me the same adrenaline buzz as well.
Mike Tyson's comeback. What do you make of that?
Well, it's nice to have Mike come back, because such a legend in the sport of boxing, and people. One thing about power, it never goes from a fighter. The power will always be there. Maybe you might get tired a little bit quicker. Obviously, the body's not the same physically, but I think the power will be there. But really, you don't want to see a legend like him come back, because you're always at one punch away from getting hurt as well. And I wouldn't like to see him come back and get beat by a nobody. And obviously he's had a brilliant career, and I do feel for him. I think he's probably missing what the sport's giving now. I mean, like, the amount of money that's in the sport now, the amount of hype there is in boxing, so he probably misses that.
Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, that's been mooted. How do you think that would go?
I think it'd be a brilliant fight, really. It's hard to say, because you've got Fury, who's a better boxer, who's more of a skillful fighter. Then you've got Joshua, who's a big puncher. Now, I think if Joshua lands one on him early, he might put him down. We've seen Fury being put down, but he's got up from having a huge knockdowns. So it shows he's got a good chin, and, he can recompose himself. But then, obviously, having that Olympic background with Joshua, I think that might be a help on his side. Look, it is a 50-50 fight. I think it'll be a massive fight for British boxing. I mean, it needs to happen. And I think it'll be brilliant for our sport.
So you think AJ's best chance is to try and get him out there early?
Yeah, definitely. I think AJ's chances to go in there, go for the kill, really. No respect there. Just go in there with both hands blazing and go try catching him with a good shot. Yeah, it will be quite hard. It'll be quite difficult, but I just feel that he's got the power to do that. Whereas Fury's just a good all-round He's a good boxer. He's all well-rounded, and I'm sure he'll keep it at his own game. But look, in boxing, especially in that heavyweight division, that one punch can change a fight. We've seen Fury being put down, but he's always got back up again. So has AJ got the power to keep him down? Who knows?
Yeah, but the thing was, Fury last time when he fought a completely different fight against Wilder. Everyone thought he was going to fight the same fight again, and he just came out ran at him from the first bell.
Exactly, and that shows that he can change his style, and he can come forward, he can go back, he can box both ways. So, yeah, man, I think it was a brilliant fight. Really, he boxed really good. I mean, to me, he is the number one heavyweight fighter in the division. So, I mean, but I don't feel that Joshua's been tested like Fury's been tested. So I favour more Fury in that fight.